Right then, ladies and gents, sorry, a bit of a mess here in the studio, but yeah, the Shanghai Bike Show finished a couple of days ago, but I've only just got round to editing up day 4. I flew to Xiamen straight after the show finished to hang out with Joe and the Panda Podium crew. I did a factory tour while I was there actually, saw some carbon frames being made, which was super interesting, so video on that coming very soon. But regardless, enjoy day 4 and yeah, maybe I'll see you in the bonus clip. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Shanghai Bike Show 2026, day 4, day 4. Again, today I'm gonna hit booths in rapid succession, try and find you guys some of the best kind of new cycling tech coming out of China, this part of the world. So yeah, let's crack on. All right, first one on the docket this morning, Magene. Let's go check it out. So first up, Magene do a really decent lineup of cycle trainers. I've actually got this one, the T500 at home. It's honestly really decent, but they've got a brand new one over here and it's got this cool feature. So this is their new model, the T600 Eco Smart Trainer. So the headline feature with this one is that it's completely self-powered. So you can plug it in, obviously, when you're at home, but if for whatever reason you don't have power, you can still use this as a fully fledged smart trainer. So pedaling, it'll self-power the unit and you can, hook it up to Zwift, continue racing, it'll give you resistance, all of that without any power. In addition, there's this port right here. I'll try and get a shot of it. Right, I've cranked up the exposure. Hopefully you can read that there. It's a 5-volt 3-amp output USB-C. So in fact, while it's unplugged and you're training, you can even power your smartphone as well. You can charge it up. Pretty cool. There's also Ethernet as well if you intend to use this for racing. Pretty full featured. In fact, last night at the end of the show, Joe organized a trainer race between me, him, and the Nero boys. Needless to say, we got absolutely smoked by, the Nero boys, Jesse and Chris. Those guys are next level.
This is not me, I'm fighting for my life.
But yeah, we were using the T600 Smart Trainer and I can confirm, yeah, it's a decent bit of kit. So the retail on this is gonna come in about 900 USD, but unfortunately, there's no plans to sell in Europe at the mo. That may change, but for the Europeans among us, I do have something for you. So with Magene power meters, they come in 3 flavors currently, PES, QED, and TEO, and you can kind of broadly think of these as 105, Ultegra, and Durace. So the PES 515 is a fantastic entry-level power meter. For those looking, you can get this for $299, which is really decent. I have the previous generation and I can confirm it's really robust, numbers are good, so yeah, this is a good option. Admittedly, with the previous generation one, I did have a small issue with this non-drive side crank and the attachment style, but here they've completely updated it and kind of solved the issue that plagued mine. So yeah, if you're looking for an entry-level power meter, you could do much worse than the PES 515, that's for sure. If you want to step things up, you've got the TEO P515 power meter. This one comes with a really tasty looking carbon crank arms to save those grams, and this one comes in at $549. Now it's worth bearing in mind, Magene at heart is actually a really mature tech company, so they got a massive range of cycle computers. They've also got smart headlights here, smart radar, rear lights, heart rate monitors, and if you get one of their cycle computers, you can kind of control the whole ecosystem. Smart tail light, smart headlight, your 360 camera as well if you've got one, and a heart rate monitor. They've teamed up with XDS Astana. Those guys are using Magene gear, but yeah, if you want to delve into the tech in a lot more detail, you should check out my associate, Shane Miller. He's such a legend. He's been here at the show as well, but he's genuinely a really lovely guy, and he delves deep into this, especially with the tech side of the Magene lineup. So yeah, go and check out his stuff. I'll put some links below, but yeah, interesting stuff from Magene. Apparently this is an S-Works, though I'm not totally sure. I don't remember Specialized using that logo with little snowflakes on. But hey, I'm no expert. So I've popped into the UpVine booth because I actually have 2 sets of wheels from these guys, and honestly, they've been flipping fantastic.
Right, I had loads to get through and time was ticking, so yeah, I'm switching to voiceover. So last year I tried 2 wheel sets from these guys, these more premium Pro Plus wheels and their lightweight Inertia wheel set. Now honestly, I was more interested with the Inertia wheels because of the price. They rode really well, great build quality, 1,259 grams for the pair, which isn't bad, and just 525 quid. Now this year, a few key updates. Their top of the line Pro Plus wheels have an updated rim profile, 25mm internal rather than 23. for the last gen, and notably these lumps where the spokes exit the rim. They've been developed using data collected in the wind tunnel in Silverstone, designed to kind of smooth airflow around this area. And they have this new spoke tech, so carbon spokes, but with a PBO core. So PBO is phenylene benzobisoxazole, I think is how you say it, and it's one of the strongest man-made fibers. The idea behind it: lower weight, better vibration dampening, and an extremely high tensile strength. Now, admittedly, these Pro Plus wheels aren't particularly cheap, about 2,600 USD, and at 1,385 grams for the pair. Yeah, there are some lighter options available around this price, but they do look really wicked, so hopefully I'll kind of get to test them out soon. Now, they had a few other options on the stand. Their Ultra wheels look interesting. $2,060, asymmetric rim profile, and for the 50mm deep version, 1,050 grams for the pair, which is, yeah, pretty respectable. The hubs also have this conical DT Swiss style ratchet, which has become popular on sort of high-end wheel sets, but it's their inertial wheels that I think I'm still most interested in. Now, not too many details available at the moment, but they'll be the cheapest wheel set they offer while being super lightweight. If they're anything like the last generation I tested, yeah, should be pretty interesting. Now, onto No.6 Wheels, and these were cool. So there was a titanium gravel bike on the stand with these wild tri-spoke wheels. Now, realistically, you wouldn't want these for gravel. Chatting to Ken, the founder, he said it was more of a showpiece for the booth because these things would be brutally stiff. But with a 25mm internal width, gravel tires are kind of doable. And just look at the trailing edge on these tri-spokes. They are razor thin. Yeah, properly aggressive aero shaping. Now, I won't go too deep into the specs, but what really stood out to me with No.6 was just how detail focused everything was. For example, on their super light aero wheel set, which, by the way, is around $2,200 for the pair, so definitely premium territory, the front and rear wheels are completely different designs. The front is 52mm deep, the rear is 58, but they're also different widths as well, and that's worth mentioning because different rims, front and rear, mean two completely separate molds, which obviously increases the manufacturing costs quite a bit. The hubs are also custom, and rather than a regular spring, they used a wave or spring washer to apply tension to the back of the ratchet. Essentially, after chatting to Ken, it became pretty obvious he's incredibly detail focused, lots of wind tunnel evidence-based testing, just kind of obsessing over the details to make a better product. Honestly, I came away pretty impressed. So yeah, No.6 Wheels, they've definitely kind of been gaining traction recently, and after seeing them in person, yeah, I can see why. Now, while I was rushing around, I passed this booth and spotted these carbon rim brake calipers. As it happens, I reviewed a set of these a few years back. They are incredibly lightweight, about 150 grams for the pair. Pretty well made, carbon plates with machined aluminium innards, but they're not the most rigid things in the world and do feel a little mushy, I would say, under braking. But yeah, it was just interesting to see them here. They also do a set for folding bikes like Bromptons. You can see they are a little bit wider. But yeah, these are all over AliExpress under different brand names. And yeah, this must be one of the OEM suppliers. Just interesting to see the source of them, if you kind of catch my drift. Anyway, I quickly shot off and I was back at it. But yeah, not much time left.
Everybody's packing up, the show's closing down. Gotta find the last few bits. There's only like an hour or so left, really.
Now, this caught my eye. Polarway. Never heard of this groupset brand before, but the designs, at least visually, are so close to Shimano gear. Just look at this one. It's almost indistinguishable from last gen Shimano. Even the rear derailleur looks the same. Now, I had a quick go with it on the stand. The shifting was okay. Yeah, not amazing, pretty stiff, honestly. And then I spotted these. I mean, they're not identical, but at least extremely reminiscent of Shimano R7020 shifters. Now, the included brake calipers looked a little less refined than Shimano brakes, shall we say, and yet apparently retail on this is about $120 for the kind of setup. So yeah, pretty cheap. They had one of these set up on a bike. You can see the internals here. And to be fair, it does look different to Shimano. Apparently it's all their own design. No patent issues. I was assured that, you know, in person. The hydraulic brakes did feel pretty tight, I've got to say. And yeah, we'll see. Maybe these will end up on AliExpress. I'll keep my eyes peeled. I popped into the Dragon booth. This is a pretty big brand in China, famous for quite garish designs, and this TT bike was no exception. It's just a concept, so yeah, no price. But honestly, this thing looks less like a bike and more like some sort of land speed record machine. And now most of the rear wheel is covered, super deep frame sections. Yeah, it looks pretty mental. Here I am turning the front wheel, and the whole front fairing moves with it. It's running a full SRAM red TT group set. It's got carbon TI rotors. I mean, pretty squared away for a concept bike. This is very much an ignore UCI rules and just chase aero kind of build. Completely impractical, I assume, absolutely terrifying in a crosswind, but yeah, very cool. This was another bike on the stand, sort of a mishmash of styling, very Y1RS rear triangle, but with a cutout, almost like the Trek Madone. Now, the fork also has this strange offset, which reminded me of one of the gravel bikes I saw earlier at the show, actually. Now, the frame weight is 830 grams, which is impressive, considering the enormous down tube and the integrated seat post. Plus, you can get this full bike with 105 Di2 for 15,000 RMB, or about 2,200 bucks. Admittedly, you can't get it outside of China, but still pretty impressive. Next up, high-end dental disc customization. Now, this caught my eye because I think something may have got lost in translation here. So I looked it up. These two characters, pronounced Yopon, I think, basically meaning chainring, but translated literally, they become tooth disc. And because the first character can also relate to dentistry, apparently that turns into dental disc. Anyway, translation aside, they actually had some pretty cool stuff on display, including these fully carbon chain rings, super lightweight, but yeah, no price listed, unfortunately. Honestly though, I can't really imagine these lasting very long, especially on a mountain bike like this one's designed for.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are pressed for time. It's, 12:30, and there's not much time left. Everybody is closing up. So I'm gonna run through a couple more halls and see what else I can find. So yeah, bear with.
So IIIPro or 3Pro, these guys make awesome disc brake stuff. It's all over AliExpress. I've tested these 4-piston calipers, or ones very, very similar a while back. Yeah, they were wicked. But these caught my eye. 6-piston calipers. Now, they're post-mount, so designed for mountain bikes, but hopefully they'll bring these to the road standard. 6-piston flat mount calipers. Yeah, that'd be pretty sick. I mean, maybe I can retrofit these to my bike somehow. But yeah, either way, pretty cool stuff on this booth.
Dropped into SUMC, Lewis over there, he's such a lovely bloke. He was like, oh, let me give you a chain. So he got me a 12-speed flat top Shimano chain that's got, pink and green and blue. How sick is that? Legitimately, it is chaos. It's chaos around here. Everyone rushing around, booths getting demolished. Oh, not much time left.
Right then, Sunpeed. So I checked these guys out recently. They make some great bikes for the money. I did an episode on one of the cheapest road bikes they do, the Triton, a few weeks back. Now you can pick it up for under 400 quid in the UK. It was 8-speed, rim brake, and yeah, it was honestly impressive for the price. But at the booth, I saw this, the latest iteration. So this is the 2026 Triton, 9-speed this time, but with hydraulic disc brakes, which is, pretty awesome. It's the Sensar HRD Ignite group set. So I have virtually the same group set in 11-speed on my steel road bike, and yeah, it's pretty flipping decent for the money. So not sure what the price is going to be on this one, but if it's anything like the last gen, I suspect this bike will be super reasonable. So yeah, excited for that. And they also had this semi-finished carbon frame that was kind of hung up, cut out so you could see the layup, and yeah, this is where the rear triangle is bonded on, and you can see they wrap it here at the chainstay next to the BB, and yeah, at the top of the seat stays, and at the top of the seat stays, and at the top of the seat stays too. So yeah, pretty cool.
Right, ladies and gents, I think that wraps it up for day 4 of the Shanghai Bike Show. Legitimately, it's just mental around here. I've got to navigate around all these boxes, hang on. But yeah, thank you so much for sticking with me through all the coverage. Yeah, it's just wild out here, truly. I've had such a blast, but I am knackered. I've been running on just fumes and a couple of hours of sleep, but legitimately, I said it on yesterday's coverage, but it truly, truly is a real privilege to be here. I mean, I'm just some dude in a garage, and now I get to come to Shanghai and cover stuff like this. I have to pinch myself sometimes. It's a bit mental. And also, huge thank you to Joe and the Panda Podium team. They have been phenomenal at every turn. Same as last year, they're just a fantastic bunch. And yeah, big props to GP Llama, Shane, the Nero boys, Jesse and Chris. It's been an absolute pleasure hanging out with them as well. So see you this time next year. Right, cheers everybody. Ciao, ciao.
It's the bonus clip time.
Okay, so I'm in my utility room at the minute, and bear in mind, this part of the video has nothing
to do with the Shanghai Bike Show or cycling at all, actually. But I did want to get your opinion on something. Basically, a few videos ago, I just happened to show me pulling some washing out of my washing machine for like the intro to a video. And as it happened, the load that was in here was not particularly big. And I got loads of comments that were like, oh, if you filled up your washing machine, then you'd save money and you wouldn't have to buy cheap bike parts, which for starters was quite funny. But basically, I tend to do all the washing in the house and I'm quite pedantic about it. I've got a very specific sort of process. I've coined it wash maxing. And I wanted to kind of talk you through it and get your opinion. Right, so let me talk you through my thought process, right? Samsung washing machine, pretty decent, right? But you turn it on and the default load time is 2.5 hours for a cycle, which I think is a bit ridiculous. Now, I've been led to believe that modern detergents are really, really powerful, right? And they're really good cleaning agents. So I feel like 2.5 hours is too much. And I've seen a couple of videos with people that run dry cleaners and things saying that if you run a really long cycle, it's quite harsh on your clothes and it's not necessary. So I've started to do this. Now, previously, before I started wash maxing, I would use the mixed load one, right? Because already it's cut down the wash time by more than half, right? So it's on a 40 degree with 2 rinse cycles at 1400 spin. Already we've halved the time, right? But then I was like, bang, 15-minute quick wash, 15, bit too short. So I bump it up to 40, 3 rinse cycles at 1200 spin, 28 minutes. So that's less than a quarter of the original stated default time of 2 hours 23. Basically, this whole journey for me started because basically I used to do the default runtime and I used to absolutely fill this machine, right? But after about 2.5 years, it started to wear out. So it wasn't very old, but the main bearing inside the back here, because to support this drum, there's a huge chunky bearing. It started to wear out because when you do big loads of washing, it puts loads of stress on this bearing. It started to wear out. So I got a quote because it was really noisy to get it replaced. The guy said that because of the labor involved, it was going to be more economical for me to just buy a whole new washing machine. I was like, screw that. I bought the replacement bearing kit myself and then spent 6 hours pulling this whole thing apart and I got it replaced. So I do lots of smaller cycles of washing. I mean, it means I can blitz through the washing as well. Like the week's worth of clothes, I get done in like 1.5 hours. It's easier on the main bearing inside here, so presumably this washing machine is going to last longer. It's not as harsh on the clothes, so you don't get all those bobbles and stuff as much when you do shorter cycles. And I've not noticed any difference in the cleanliness of stuff coming out. Plus, to add to the wash maxing, I also use kind of like a really small amount of detergent. So up to like the 25 mil normally for a load. So yeah, all those combined, I mean, I'm absolutely blitzing it. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and let me know what you do, because I think I've got it down to a fine art. It's just, it saves me so much time. And like I said, I've noticed absolutely no difference in the cleanliness of clothes that come out of here. And don't even get me started on drying the clothes. That's a whole nother discussion because I refuse to use the kind of tumble dry function on this machine. I always hang them out unless it's kind of an emergency. But anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk on wash maxing. I look forward to reading all your comments. I think that's going to be quite fun. And yeah, see you next time.